Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the Watchtower. Whole new home, whole new look, and whole new cast. Except you probably remember me. I'm The Journey, and these new faces are...
I'm Tony.
Jezzer.
Yeah, so if you guys remember, the Watchtower before was with Daniel and Sarah and me, and well, now we're going to get a whole new fresh outlook, whole new stuff to be talked about, and now you're going to have Dahlia instead of me, Tony, and
Jezzer.
Yeah,
You're going to get tired of my face.
Yeah, you're going to get tired of it.
How,
You're going to love it, though.
Okay, so since this is going to be your guys' show now, tell us, what about DC that you love the most? Like, what's your favorite DC thing?
I love the stories. I love the villains. I feel like this is not a very popular opinion, but I think DC has way better villains than Marvel does.
Really?
Yes, I think they do.
Who's your favorite hero?
My favorite hero would have to be Superman.
Oh, well, like everybody else.
He doesn't like. You don't like Superman.
Yeah, you're not original. Okay. What about you, Tony?
Okay.
I mean,
What's your favorite thing about DC, and who's your favorite hero?
my favorite hero is Wonder Woman.
Okay, I like it.
Goddamn.
Batman is cool.
Another mainstream fan.
Batman
God.
is cool. I'm sorry, but Wonder Woman is a lot cooler. And what is this?
No, we're listening. We're being attentive.
We're trying to get to know you here.
Exactly.
Look, and it made me feel insecure for a moment. But
Yeah,
okay,
the audience
I'm gonna stand by that.
wants to get to know
Yeah.
you, Tony.
No,
So,
I mean, listen. It's always been the complaint, against DC that they're too godlike. They're just not relatable. For me,
It's where the gods go to play.
But here's the thing: growing up, like reading like Greek mythology, the thing that I always loved about it is that we were always told the gods, they weren't they weren't infallible.
Yeah.
They were full of flaws, and they had like all these like really weird effed up stories, that you could always learn about. And for me, DC is like full of those kinds of characters where it's like, yeah, they may be godlike in certain respects, but they're just like they have really, really effed up stories and really, really just there's a lot to to kind of get into and get invested into. So yeah, I love them. I do.
You guys know me. Batman all the way. Everything's Batman.
didn't we have a conversation
nice.
on yours about Batman being overrated?
I was drunk in... I was kind of drunk in New Year's.
Kind of, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
A lot of it.
Now, here's a good question that since, I'm giving you guys my show, I need to know this.
Thank you though for that.
Now,
Passing off the torch.
what does DC stand for in DC Comics? You need to know this.
Detective Comics.
Attaboy. You guys, I think you guys are going to be okay. Yeah, good. Wait, did you know that?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Comics.
Are you
Yes,
sure?
I did.
Does she look like she's lying?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, let's say hi to the
I
chat
have
here.
that kind of face. I'm not gonna lie. My mom tells me that all the time.
Now, let's say hi to the chat, which I haven't seen some of these people in a while.
Ernie, they haven't seen you in a while.
I know. It's like...
They've missed you.
Yeah, look, it's all about
I went
Ernie
into
right
this
here.
like hole with The Rock, and just I came back a whole new person. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, I went to training in the mountains, just like Batman. So I gotta say, Blackwing, dude, miss you, awesome. I can't get over that profile picture. I love it.
Who's
And
that,
then-
Jon Stewart?
Yeah. Oh, come on, best lantern.
I can't
We got
do
Ryan, my boy Ryan, miss you, dude. We got who else? My boy Carlos.
Carlos
Shit, I haven't seen you in a
Martinez.
while. We got Anna Miles. Hey, damn, these are names I haven't seen in a while.
Some veterans, huh?
Yeah, these are all the people from when we had Flashpoint. We had the
I
original
remember
Watchtower.
Flashpoint.
You know what? I'm not gonna miss it.
Wow,
Anyways.
really? Just like
No,
that?
I'm gonna miss you
Just like
guys, but no, I'm gonna see you in other shows. It's just I'm
Yeah.
not gonna miss DC. I love DC, but just not that much.
Are you enjoying DC so far? Or at least we got through halfway through the seasons for the shows.
It's just Flash. It's all
Just
about
Flash.
Flash. That's all you. That's the only thing.
You're telling me you
But
don't enjoy like the fun?
I didn't enjoy
and-
any of the movies.
You don't enjoy the
Enjoy
fun
it.
of like Legends? Yeah. Did you even start it?
No, I've watched Legends, and I like Legends. I mean, come on, like what was it, Rory? He's the best character there.
Yeah.
He's the best. It's
I
just-
feel like
I
if you
relate
were,
to him.
I feel like if we were in Legends, you would definitely be. Rory.
Something about fire. I love fire. I love burning stuff, and also
That's called Pyromania.
Yeah.
I am a pyromaniac a little bit.
That's
why
not
I'm not allowed to
That's
hold a
not-
lighter.
Be on this show.
I know that's not.
I'm not allowed to hold a
We have a
lighter.
nice new set. How dare you? Okay.
we kind of do.
So the show, we are now on Pop Culture Renegade. So if you guys are not subscribed, what are you doing?
Yeah,
subscribe.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Missing
And
out,
don't
yeah.
forget
Doing.
that like button right down
Yeah.
there. The like button. That's it. Just shows how well we're doing.
But,
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
giving us a clap in a silent way. It's like a click. It's up with that button. Just press it once, only once.
So today we are gonna be talking briefly a little bit about the Flash because I didn't watch the Arrow yet, and mainly we're gonna be talking about Black Lightning because that's the brand new show that came out.
Have you guys watched
Tuesday.
it? Have you guys watched it?
It
Please
is
tell
so
me you guys
much
watched
fun.
it.
It's so much fun. Like everything, it's totally different from the shows that they have on DC right now, and it's a standalone. So you don't have to really watch any of the other DC shows to watch this show.
So should we start with Black Lightning?
Let's
Let's start with Black Lightning.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was your guys' first impression of Black Lightning? Like, well, let's start with you. Go, come on.
I mean, I liked it. It's way different than what the other shows that we have on DC are. It's got a little different tone, and they're trying to attack some of these social issues that we have going on right now, which sometimes it's a little bit too much. Like, all right, it's a little exaggerated, but then I guess you have to like shine some light on it because it's what's going on right now. But I like it. I like the fighting. I like his suit. It's the colors are really
A lot of people don't like the suit.
I like it.
A lot of people don't. They think it's like too cartoony.
What would you rather have? His original like leather
The
suit.
blue, the blouse.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Black Lightning. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's start with that. So Black Lightning
Wait,
was
real quick. What about
Yeah.
your impression too? We don't want to leave you out. Come
No,
on.
no.
She seems like the quiet type,
know,
but she
yeah.
was talking
I'm
a lot
waiting.
in there.
I'm trying to be
Go.
polite. Okay, no, I'm
No,
sorry.
you gotta interrupt Jezzer
you
sometimes.
gotta stop me. You
I'll
gotta
do
stop
that
me.
shit.
I'm gonna
Let's
keep
do it.
going. Yeah.
No, I loved it. And for me, the CW DC shows, they've been kind of, depending on what's happening in that story arc, it's been kind of hit or miss for me. Sometimes I'm like, this is really good, I'm into it, I'm invested. Other times I'm just like, okay, I just really need to get through the arc so that way we can get to the next one. This one, though, the entire hour, I was invested, I was into it. There was no point in which I was, identifying characters by how much I didn't like them, which is unusual for a CW show, in my opinion. Yeah, I was really, really into it. And you're absolutely right about not needing to be initiated into the universe.
Yes.
You can totally just drop in. And I mean, I started to look up Black Lightning after the show, but prior to watching it, knew absolutely
nothing about him.
And I was excited to learn more, and I was excited to see more of the show. I was excited to, it was surprising to me that I've never read a Black Lightning comic, and I was really unaware of.
I mean, there's like, as far as comic books go, there's only a few. Like only has like maybe 3 or 4 like set stuff. So his first one, they only had like 12.
So
12.
you know about the comics.
I've read a little bit about it. A little bit of it.
So far, is it canon to the comics? Is it?
It's so far for the original
read?
comic book run, it's very close to the story. It's really close to it. Like
Alright.
it's pretty much they took it straight from the page, and I mean it's easy to translate. Like
Well, okay. But what I found interesting is how this one dumps you after.
yeah. So the
His first run, it's kind of like being dumped into like Batman versus Superman,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh shit, this isn't an origin story of Batman. It's like this is after he's been through some stuff,
And
and this is basically Black Lightning.
yeah.
I appreciate that so much because I mean, there's only so many ways in which an origin story can feel
Yeah,
fresh.
yeah.
And if you can go ahead and sidestep that whole like, well, this is what happened, and there was this and that.
I'm
and it's
sure-
like, I don't need to go through all of that.
I don't
I'm
I'm
worried.
sure we're gonna get some flashbacks.
But I'm worried. No, I'm
That's
worried
fine.
that they
Yeah.
won't turn
Flashback
this
is
into
fine.
Arrow.
Oh, I know.
I hope they don't turn it like Arrow, where it's like the whole season and then it's like
Flashbacks.
Oh,
I know.
I'm hoping not. I just want like little references to the past because it
Yeah.
doesn't sound like too much stuff happened when he was like in his first run.
He's so he was the first for DC. He was the first black superhero to have his own comic book, his very own comic book, and he was born with these powers. So he's like a metahuman.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, they're probably really gonna they might change it up a little bit for the show, but I'm sure they're gonna touch on some of the things that he's gonna go through. Like I was looking through it. He has actually a lot more powers than we visually see. Like he could
Infamous, like the game Infamous we were talking
Infamous.
about.
Have you guys ever played Infamous?
I've not.
Infamous is
let's
great.
talk about-
Infamous, oh my god, it's
so good.
Like
it's like I can't get over the whole grinding on like telephone poles.
Yes.
It reminded me of
And
like
then,
Sonic Adventures. waves.
Yeah, like literally draining like power lines just so
Yeah.
you get enough power.
And go faster, too.
Yeah.
It's so
It's such a good
dope.
game.
Able
It's
to
like-
manipulate
He can make
electricity,
yeah.
not just generate it from his body.
He drains
Alright.
it, he uses it, and then he can make force fields, and he could actually control like
You
his
can
body.
lift
Like
cars.
Be like
he could
impulses.
he could technically heal himself to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So it's actually
No, the best part is lifting up cars and throwing them.
Yes,
It's,
yes.
That game was super fun. It's a sandbox. It's
Yeah.
so good.
And-
And like
yeah.
that was my first thought when watching this. I was like, it's infamous. I gotta play this game. I gotta play
really
this
you
game.
really want to play
Really
Infamous
wanna play
after
Infamous
watching this.
again, yeah.
And then like he could actually like divert all the energy to his legs, and he could actually probably move at the speed of light.
Wait, Black Lightning?
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
can do that.
Yeah, he can do it. Like
He could turn himself into
Okay.
the Flash.
He could technically be at almost as fast as a speedster.
Almost.
Almost.
'Cause-
Well, they're definitely going to touch on like every little different aspect of his powers. Because I mean, what do we see this episode? We only saw like he could grab people, like you know, kind of like he had kind of like a Emperor Palpatine kind of
Like
lightning.
levitation.
Yeah.
Oh, the way he like over the thing, the
Yeah, he can
post. and,
control.
like-
He can
Huh.
just like turn off lights and all. You know, it was pretty cool. It's just they're definitely saving a lot. They're saving a lot.
Tony, do you think this is going to cross over with the other universes, like Arrow or Flash or maybe Legends? Like maybe Legends.
I can see Legends. I think building it up to the point where you're crossing over with all the others, Flash, you know, Supergirl.
It's gonna be hard.
I think it'll take a while.
I think
really do.
I think the easiest one for them to do would probably be Supergirl. I think because
Carlos is saying that it's not going to cross over anyway.
I don't know. It's
They're
like
saying
they
it's not
said,
gonna cross
it's
over
not going to
anyway.
cross
As of right
over.
now, I have no need for it to cross
No, it
over
doesn't need to.
right now. And
I think it will ruin it if they grab the first season and they cross it over to something else. I think it's going to ruin it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't need to.
No, not yet. Not yet.
We'll see. We'll see. How it
Maybe.
goes,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't mind putting more ingredients in the pot and just stirring it because I gotta
I
say
wanna
that
see-
crossover was better than Justice League. Just saying.
The-
You know, Crisis on Earth X was better than
that
Justice
was a
League.
pretty good one. Yeah.
I'm saying it. I don't care. Be angry. It's Justice League.
I don't think
sucked.
anybody's angry about it.
No,
No,
everybody knows it's the truth. They put a lot more work into, or not maybe not a lot more work, but you know, just everything. The whole setup was good. But yeah, the show. I mean, I'm hoping to see like really good villains and really good storylines, especially with his kids, because his kids they got a lot going for them.
Yeah.
The oldest daughter, she's like a
Anissa, she's going to be Thunder.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
gonna be Thunder. She's like really into like social justice and trying to make things right. In
So they're gonna have a father-daughter crime fighting duo. Is that
I think
gonna happen?
it's gonna be. I think both the daughters are gonna have powers. So it's gonna be like maybe the three of them, or maybe like they won't know about each other for a while.
And then the mom is left out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, it's not in her. It's
It
not
might
in her
take a
blood.
while for the youngest daughter because we haven't seen. Well, I mean, it's only been the first episode to come out.
Yeah.
You know, but
And based on the youngest daughter's powers, it looks like if they were to go with how they do it in the comics, it will be very expensive. Like, because she's just straight up energy, like just versus the other daughter who she had red hands and penetrable skin.
I mean, based upon I know it's only been one episode, but just the overwhelming support and just positive reaction to this, I don't think budget is going to be an issue. I think they're going to go ahead and invest more and make this.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
If
I
it
don't-
goes
I don't
into
think-
if it goes into a second season, which
Yeah,
We have to definitely go see what the next episode's gonna be like. We did get a little glimpse of the villain, who is Tobias Whale.
Yes.
Yeah,
that
he's
albino dude.
yeah,
Oh, he looks so creepy.
yeah. He's
I love it. He just sticks out.
He reminds
He
me a
sticks
little bit.
out.
He's like more of the kingpin type of. He's like the leader of the
Like
the
Kingpin.
100.
I love that he actually used the freaking hook shot thing. With,
There were
Yeah.
so many moments in this episode where I
for
just was like, y'all just did that. And one of those moments was like, you just shot that man with a spear gun.
There you
Yeah,
go, spear
yeah.
gun. God, why
much
can't I
for
think
that.
about that?
Thank you.
Hit him with a
Yeah.
spear gun. I was like, okay, I get it. But
I mean,
and then-
he's menacing. Like, I mean, look at this guy.
Yeah.
So that's what he looks like in the comics. So
But see, I look at him and I buy a villain. I buy that because there are so many times when they cast these villains that I'm just like, really? That's you? That's what you look like?
yeah, I mean,
All
even
right.
even just the gang. It's real. It's realistic.
Yeah.
Like you feel
I
the
bought into
threat.
it.
You feel the threat. Like they just taken over because Black Lightning's been gone for about 9 years. So then they feel like, oh, it's our turn now. We can take over the street. It's just straight up gangster mafia.
Yeah, but it's
But-
reached a tipping point.
Have you ever noticed how heroes escalate everything?
Yeah.
How, honestly, it's crime. So a hero shows up, stops the crime, and then supervillains show up and they're like, hey, let's fuck things up because this hero's here, and it makes it a challenge, which then escalates and just gets even worse. Which in the beginning, if the cops knew how to do their job in the first place, then we probably wouldn't even have supervillains.
I
or
love
heroes.
how they touch on that. How it's just
Yes.
like, the cop, like they don't,
He killed those 2 cops.
Yeah, he straight up he killed and
What?
he shot them and then he blew up their car. You know.
Well, either way, he's been killing people. He's been killing people, and I love that.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen some good real killing.
Wait, did he kill the?
I don't think he did. I have not seen a dead body in a body bag. I've not seen a funeral.
I don't know.
Did he kill that kid, the one that he dropped on his own car?
No, he's gonna show up later. But he had a big.
He's got some internal bleeding. That's about it.
Yeah.
These guys are being hit by thunderbolts. How are they not dead?
Not just hit. He was like the current just running straight through him.
He
like,
was
literally
throwing
just
people over,
was so
like
good, yeah.
through
People
windows.
survive-
It's like
people fall from planes, literally, and are able to just walk away.
because they land on grass.
It happens.
He landed on.
Have
his
you
car.
not
He
seen
de-
1,000 Ways to Die? Some people die from
demolished
cucumbers.
his
You're telling
car.
me Batman can fall off of a penthouse, land on what was that? I don't know, a cop car or something?
It was like maybe a
Dark
cab
Knight?
car.
He
He's
has a
fine.
suit,
His suit.
Maggie Gyllenhaal didn't have a suit, and she's
He-
fine.
and she has money. These are poor people who fall off of things and die.
Yeah, it's
These people are
Your
dead.
money can fortify your bones that way. You're not indestructible just because you got a few more dollars.
I don't
in the
know.
bank.
Somebody fought AIDS. Wait, what was that? A Magic Johnson? Didn't he survive AIDS with money? AIDS.
That's a South Park episode, man. I don't think that's real.
I don't know. South Park is pretty accurate. I'm saying
That's
it's real.
So
shit
money
right there.
cured him, so we just rub money in.
Money can help you live
Okay,
longer.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. And
Please
these
don't
are
rub
poor
money on
gangsters.
yourself as an
These are poor
upgrade.
gangsters that
I'm
I'm pretty
asking
sure
you.
are dead.
Do not rub money on yourself and expect to be healed. That's all.
You
I'm
might just
asking.
it's just
No.
disgusting.
I don't know. It feels pretty good.
It
Don't
is.
do it.
One more thing that I really liked about this movie is
How he has an Alfred?
Huh? He has an
He
Alfred.
has an Alfred.
Peter Gamby. And
Gamby's
the
so
fun thing about it is he's played by James Remar, and he was actually Raiden in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Is that true?
It
Yes.
is. Or the recast. 'Cause
The recast.
It was
Yeah,
originally.
not Christopher Lambert.
Yeah, it was, and then they changed him here. So it's funny because he has lightning powers
Holy
too.
shit, that is him. Oh god.
Yeah, look at that long hair. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
He's been in other movies that I
He was in
absolutely love.
Dexter.
He's in a lot
He's
of
Dexter's
things.
dad.
Yes, Dexter's dad.
Dexter's
Ooh,
dad,
God,
yeah.
Dexter's dad. Yes.
So he came
I
back.
love it.
We're back.
Yeah, man.
I loved it.
Yeah,
Like
right.
he had this,
I'm down-
he had this
I'm down
own
with this.
little basement full of just everything. So like the story behind him is he used to be a hitman he used to work for Tobias Whale, and he was kind of the reason that
He got involved with...
Jefferson's dad died.
Oh,
So
okay.
he kind of felt obligated to like carry on.
So obviously we're gonna touch more
Definitely,
on their
mostly,
background
yeah.
in the
I mean,
relationship.
they talked about it as they were talking.
Because
like,
it's weird. He just showed up to a suit shop and he's like, "I need a suit." Well, guess what? I have
yeah,
one.
it's
in the
kind of like
closet. I have a super suit.
it's kind of
I
like
have
the
a super suit.
Kingsman suit shop, you know,
Right?
all that stuff, you know.
I was like, "Yo,
So-
this is way too."
So most
convenient.
likely
That's-
he's gonna make all the costumes, all the new tech. Maybe he'll get a car or something. I don't know how he's gonna travel around the city once he starts up again.
grind on the telephone poles. Come on,
That would be cool, like Infamous. I love it.
so
Oh,
cool.
well, let's go
I
Infamous
did like
right now.
his Batman 66 like bookcase, but instead of books, it was like a shoecase.
Yeah,
Where it's
yeah.
just like clicking a button and it
Yeah.
just closes behind you. And there was no pull. I was really hoping for a
So
pull.
so he made a pact with his wife that he wouldn't do it for he wouldn't do it any longer. But do you think that squashed like as soon as he went to go get his kids?
Come
I think
obviously.
so. I think she understands that, like, well, first off, the daughters are grown now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like your dad coming home, bloodied and bruised up, you're a grown person. And one of
Yeah.
those is, grown enough to be in medical school and be a teacher.
yeah.
Like, obviously it's not going to have the same kind of impact when you're trying to shield like a 6-7-year-old kid away from like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
harsh realities of what your dad does. And they're also divorced at this point. So it's like, well,
it's gonna
I
be-
can't
But-
try to stop you, but
she's-
obviously I don't have the same like value in your life as I would as sorry Rob, as she would as a wife, because she's already left.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
made good on the threat. So
It's
what more is she gonna threaten to do to
And she
him?
probably
Look,
wanted
it's
her
but
kids
it's
back.
not just about the kids. It's like it's the whole rule of escalation that it's like when a hero fights, things get worse and worse and worse instead of getting better. But sometimes things have to get worse before they get better.
Yeah.
So it's just going to escalate, and he's going to get even more and more messed up. She cares about him. She loves him. And she just doesn't want to see it get so bad to the point where he can't come back.
Definitely.
But the thing is, he said himself, there's no end to it.
I can't wait for
There's never no end.
I can't wait for the part where the kids, when they have their powers, meet with their dad, and they just like, oh my god, why did I not think that this was gonna happen? I mean, you know,
The whole family of
yeah,
supers?
whole family of superheroes.
But like,
except for
Dad,
the
stop
mom.
trying to tell me what to do. But I've been doing this longer than
Just
you.
like lightning fights all over, you know, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be-
So they all use the same power? Or just different color? Or
No,
there's a variation?
The oldest daughter, I think her skin, she's just impenetrable. And then the other daughter, she turns into like just energy. I didn't really look much. I'll check it out a little bit later. She turns, so it's, the youngest daughter is visual. It's totally visual, and she probably has the same powers as her dad.
So she strips naked and turns into energy?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
I don't know. You said she turns into energy.
Look like the electric gremlin from Gremlins 2?
Oh my god, yes!
No, I want to say she'd be kind of like how Sunspot is in X-Men, but with lightning. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Just glowing yellow, you know?
I know you're super excited for the electric gremlin, but no. I'm sorry.
You're just like really
I'm
messed up.
sorry.
I'm
Because
sorry.
Gremlin's like my
know.
favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah.
My favorite Christmas movie ever.
I don't think the second. Well,
It's a Christmas movie. It's a
The
Christmas.
first one is.
It happens at Christmas, and it's a Christmas movie. And
That-
sequels connect, and by association, it's a Christmas movie.
And then
Because you cannot watch.
I think it happened
You
at
gotta watch
Halloween,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, see, it's a Halloween movie.
And another really cool thing that the CW is going to be doing with Anissa's character is she's actually going to be a strong representative of the LGBTQ
Electric
community.
Gremlin, Carlos superhero name.
Ah.
It
So
is
this
now.
this is his oldest daughter's suit. So it looks very reminiscent of his suit. So I bet you
I love it.
he's going to make that suit as
I
well.
love the whole little
Gamby?
Yeah,
gold
Gamby's
and
gonna make it.
blue
Yeah.
layout.
It's pretty nice. I like it.
Nice. I love their choice of background.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Yeah. So I mean, I liked it. I can't wait to see what they actually are gonna do with the story. I want to dive more into what happened those past years.
Yeah. Favorite scene so far?
Favorite scene. The nightclub scene was pretty awesome.
The nightclub scene was pretty awesome.
I mean, it was, you know, once he's fully unleashed and he's not really caring whether or not he's like, you know, in the shadows.
Yeah.
It was really cool to kind of see like these small flashes of him just like punching people and taking them out, and he's not fully unleashed, but it's like, I get that he is, you know, he's a trained martial artist.
He's
also, you know,
Olympic
athlete. What
yeah.
was he? I don't know.
The
but
lady said
Decathlon?
it. Pretty much
Triathlon?
the lady that introduced him during the whole thing. She pretty much gave the rundown of the whole his whole past or whatever. It's like, okay, so that's how they're gonna talk about who he is, you know.
It's so convenient.
No, but I love that scene just because it was like it. First off, nothing in the rest of the episode looks anything like that scene.
Yeah.
You know, because it's all out in the open. You know, he's got the suit on. You know, most likely, and you know, he's just, you know, sparks are flying and electric, you know, bolts are going everywhere. And this one, it was just like this. Once that scene started and once it ended, I was like, I'm into it. I will watch the rest of the season just based off of this one scene.
Based off the so my favorite part was where they brought that dude brought the youngest daughter into, or she got wrapped up into that whole thing, and they got brought into Lala's,
Yeah.
and they're just trying to say, oh well, she needs to work off her money, and then she just like kind of knees him in the groin. It's like, I didn't know you were someone's bitch. And I'm like, damn.
I like this girl.
A good line.
Yeah,
No, I mean, how
off-
could you guys not say the motel scene?
the motel scene.
That is the best scene.
It's good.
Look, they agree with me. Black Wing and
Yeah,
Carlos
yeah.
and I don't know. The motel scene was the best scene where he beats the crap out of all these minorities. It's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good, and I feel like the whole him being the principal of the school, I think that all the school will play a big part
good combination.
into the story.
And his deal, his truce with the other gangs.
yeah,
That I thought that was
So
interesting.
we'll probably meet a bunch of his students and like their internal conflict with, you know, being in that type of school and living in Freeland, where it's like oh, there's gangs, there's all this stuff
Negative
going on. You
influences
know,
and-
like
yeah.
you said, like, oh, they know someone in prison, they know someone in that life. So we're gonna meet a bunch of the kids that he has to kind of like teach how to like stay on the path of stay on the good path so they can graduate and everything.
It's
So-
crazy. I went on the IMDb page because I get curious with actors, and I was just scrolling through it, and so many people that were casted on
great.
there, and I'm like, who the hell are all these people? There's a lot of kids, and I'm like, I'm assuming students.
We're gonna
there's
get a bunch of stories
A
about
lot
these
of
kids.
different people.
I'm
So
excited
it's
about that.
Hopefully it doesn't turn into a because he's gonna definitely need a villain that he could really match up with, someone that could really like.
and Tobias isn't.
Well, he's probably not gonna meet Tobias right away.
Well, he already knows Tobias, and he almost killed Tobias once. Supposedly, they almost killed each other.
Yeah. But he's gonna need some other people to just go toe to toe with him, just bring him
Do you
to.
necessarily want a metahuman versus metahuman?
No, I
matchup?
mean, maybe here and there. So like one guy and then another. I know Lala is gonna play a lot into this whole story.
First off, if you're a criminal and you get to like
Choose any
name in the
Any
world
name.
to like incite fear into your enemies' hearts, you go with Lala.
Hey, that's a pretty scary name, I think.
All right, cool.
kinda-
Is it?
It's pretty scary. Lala?
Does that terrify you?
Yeah, I'm scared.
All
I'm
right.
like really terrified
I'm
of
gonna
this
choose
guy.
to not judge you on
Okay,
that.
all
so-
right, cool. We'll leave it at that then.
I don't mind being called Lala.
Lala? You're gonna be called Lala?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
not.
That was
Sing my name, bitch.
What was his
Sing
what was
my
his real name?
I'm just-
Latavius.
Octavius.
Latavius.
That seems
Something
that sounds like a good
No,
gangster name too.
it sounds like a white scientist name.
Yeah.
It just sounds like the kind of name that someone was like, this name has been passed down generation to generation.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's
For
everybody
8
hated
times?
it, and
8
everybody
times.
hated it.
8 times, specifically 8 times passed down.
One scene I want to see is the 100 gang against Black Lightning. Like
The whole gang?
all of them. Like he'll just be surrounded and he just starts shooting lightning left and right. That'll be.
I just don't want to see like a Luke Cage ending where it's basically another regular guy in a power suit fighting a superhero.
I mean, it's not necessarily. I don't think it's a power suit. I think it's just.
Like in Luke Cage with Diamondback, he had a power suit. And he was fighting
I
Luke
guess.
Cage.
He
So
doesn't want someone to just like basically
Yeah.
show up on their own like janky
Like,
Iron Man suit.
his actual like if it's not Tobias and he has another villain, it better be another metahuman. It better not be some guy that gets his hands on a suit or something. Like
And I feel like
it's just gonna be
it's gonna
copying
be
Luke Cage.
Yeah, I feel like also the police is gonna be like a conflict for him as well.
Oh, of course.
Like there's gonna be some crooked cops, definitely, and there's gonna be
I feel like this is gonna remind me a lot of Batman.
very, very much. So
Like
yeah,
a lot.
there's gonna be.
It's gonna be this is Black Batman. You know that, right? It's,
Batman '89.
you know this.
It's pretty close to it. It's pretty close to it.
I bet.
The story.
We have a question
Latavius.
off of-
Latavius. Is that wait? Is that his actual name? Latavius.
Latavius, yeah.
So not Octavius.
No,
Latavius.
Latavius, and
No,
that's where he
Lala.
got the
It
Lala
makes
from.
sense now. Okay, I don't pay attention.
All right, Lala.
I know.
We have a question off of Facebook. What did you guys think about the scene where Lala went and visited Black Lightning at the school and took the little kid's phone? I think he went to Lala's place.
He went-
so
yeah,
it was a
he went-
restaurant.
Oh yeah.
And then
just
he basically like.
Well, did they ever say like what he was doing? Is he running some kind of like youth program or something? I don't.
What-
No,
no,
I think
I
he
took-
has a bunch of people working for him selling
yeah, a bunch
drugs.
of he's a drug dealer.
Oh, okay.
And like the little kid actually works for him and like actually sells drugs for him. And
It's,
he wanted to go ahead and chastise this kid.
but he was
for
trying to
being on
use.
his phone.
He was
and-
teaching him some manners, though. I mean,
Was he? 'Cause he
Don't
was
get mad,
kinda,
Blackwing. Don't
trying
get
to
mad.
break the
What?
Don't
hand
get mad.
Of a, what, 8, 9, 10-year-old and like
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's just doing it in a different way. I mean, he had him shake his hand. He had him
you
look
got
him
to
straight
break
in the eye.
somebody or physically terrorize
Sometimes
a 10-year-old.
kids these days are little assholes. You know.
I
Serious? These
You
millennials?
However-
especially. I mean, if they're in.
He sat around playing video games all day. Come
Yeah,
on, seriously?
exactly. You gotta get through to them somehow. So I mean,
How many 10-year-olds do you like go around and just like crush their hands? And
all the
break their-
time,
You
like
do?
all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I can't be a teacher anymore.
Anymore.
Yeah. So
Well, good things for Black Lightning. I'm excited. I actually did like it a lot. It's
you gonna
'cause
continue watching
just-
it or?
I'll catch up to
Drop
it every
in
once in
here
a
and
while.
there, you know.
Like in about 1 or 2 weeks. Like I'll kind of like binge watch all of the shows
Okay.
in one day. But I'll keep up with Black Lightning.
gonna
I
watch
see.
it.
I like where
Octavius.
it's going. Now, can we talk about my favorite show on TV?
Which one is it? Riverdale?
Oh, shit.
Is the liar still on?
I do really like Riverdale. I mean, Victoria? Oh, no, Veronica. Sorry. Why did you say Victoria?
Victoria.
Why did I say Victoria? Veronica. God.
Wait, so you're talking about The Flash?
Yeah, I am talking about the Flash.
The
Yeah.
Flash.
But now you got me on Riverdale now, and it's like...
Come back to us. Please come back to us. We got to talk about Flash.
So let's talk about The Flash. One of my favorite shows. And it should be your favorite show now.
It
I'm saying it should be your favorite show.
It is a
now.
great show.
Yeah.
It's because
I mean, you were there in our after shows for Flash, like since like the beginning.
You know
It's
what's so great about it is they're not afraid to go to the comic books. I feel like when Arrow came out, they wanted to try to keep it too grounded to the point where
Yeah.
it just became like any other show.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Well, it became real
Baking soda.
Lost-like, where it was just flashbacks. And,
Yeah, I know it was pretty bad. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The Flash has lost me a little bit. I'm still watching it, but there's some episodes where I'm just like, really, this is what they're going with? Like the stretchy guy. I really don't give a shit about this guy.
Well, that's what I think. But like Daniel was so into telling me, no, you have no idea how awesome he is.
Yeah.
This great detective. He's like better than Batman. I'm like, go fuck yourself. It's not better than Batman. But still,
I mean,
whatever.
the
He's supposed to
actor-
be
I
a
don't like the
really great
actor.
detective.
The actor is kind of like he reminds me of a shittier Jim Carrey, you know? Just
Yeah, oh, exactly. But I love Jim Carrey, so it's like I'm okay with it. I'm okay with this choice. But I mean, he's there to throw you off. I'm sure he's gonna have a better like.
yeah. He's definitely
there.
part of like the.
He's getting a new suit.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's getting a new suit. Not that shitty like onesie that he was wearing.
Did
He's getting a legit new suit.
Did you like the whole little reality check that he gave to Joe at the door?
I sat there and called it. I was like, dude, come on.
yeah,
You should be the
dude.
last person.
It's like you're gonna ask him to do something like that for you, then
Because it was the same thing he did.
because he knew once you go past that, then it's over for you. I don't know, but like the whole story.
This was a different situation. I mean,
Technically she's guilty, or in a way, what's her name? The DeVoe's wife. She's guilty. So I mean, if he were to plant something,
the mechanic. I
Yeah.
snore as a mechanic. I don't
Yeah.
know her damn name.
But yeah,
I barely know DeVoe's name. So
I just felt like Barry didn't even try to defend himself there. Like he just kind of gave up. He's like, I can't really. All the evidence is pointing at me. I can't really do anything. But I mean, in the comics for Trial of the Flash, it was he killed Reverse Flash. He killed Eobard Thawne, and I can't remember why, but I think it was because he was gonna try to kill his wife. What we got?
No, I love how people agree with me about how terrible Barry and Iris are. But let's not go there.
No,
let's
they're
not
just-
go there.
they're just
Continue.
trying
I'm
to-
sorry.
they're trying to-
Continue.
they're
Tell me
trying to-
more about this comic. We're not going to go there yet. We're not going there yet. Trust me.
So
We'll touch a little bit on that before I leave. Trust me. All right. But
in the comic, Barry really hates Reverse Flash because he killed Iris in the comic, which you would like. You would like
I
that he
would've
killed her.
loved.
And then so he's marrying. He's finally moved on. He's marrying somebody else, and then Reverse Flash wants to kill her. So then he kills him. He just breaks his neck while in the suit. So they put him on trial. And the only thing that can get him off trial is if he reveals that he's Barry Allen. I don't know what they're gonna do with
Holy
this.
shit.
I don't know what they're gonna do with this storyline. Honestly, I mean, technically, he could leave whenever he wants, right? He could just phase through the prison and then just go do something and come back. I mean, there's no real like danger in it.
so
Other than his integrity, to just
Yeah.
keep himself in
Yeah.
jail.
So, I mean,
cool.
I know, and most of our people in the chat now know you because you've been in the chat before. You've actually been on Flashpoint before, so we know you're a Flash fan. But we got this pretty new face here on our show, and we want to know more about you. I know you got two big dogs here talking about Flash fans, but we want to know what you think about Flash. What you love about it? What do you hate about it? And
I'm going to be honest.
Bring us a tickle.
I've not seen any of this season of Flash. I know. I'm sorry. I'm going to catch up. Just
oh no, don't worry. But
Just
plenty.
for you.
Okay, it's
I do
okay.
that for you.
She's getting hurt right now by listening to all these spoilers, so she's gonna have to deal
Oh
with
my
it.
god! Oh,
But I mean,
I
no,
totally
I'm not
that totally went
because-
over my head. I'm so sorry.
No, you apologize. She
Because
messed
you're not
up.
wrong because because there is a lot of the show that is that's coming from the comics, and I have read way more Flash comics and Justice League comics than I have seen of the actual show.
Then that's good.
It's not like, and frankly, what a lot of what's happened in the show isn't so much of a surprise to me, because it's like, oh yeah, because that's from.
I think that goes for a lot of the shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so I mean,
but generally you've watched the other seasons.
I have.
So
and
tell us a general of what you love and hate about it.
I like what's his name, Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin.
I like him a lot. I like him as Barry.
He's so dreamy.
He is dreamy, but I mean, he just always, for me, they always like to lean hard into the sort of jokester Flash in a lot of the iterations.
Wally West,
yeah. So it was interesting to kind of see like this new interpretation where he's not so much of a jokester, he's not so much of a smartass, he's just a really earnest guy, and I'm like, okay, I can get down with, you know.
If you were to choose Barry Allen, would you choose the Flash Barry Allen or Justice League Barry Allen?
Ezra Miller. Grant Gustin all the way. Grant Gustin all the way. I'm sorry, Grant Gustin all the way.
Yeah.
Dude can sing. He's got some. He's got some pipes on him.
That's what puts him on top.
Yeah, they gave him an extra 5 points, and that puts him on top. Because I like Ezra because he has this like nice solid features. He's really funny and goofy. He reminds me a lot like Spider-Man, and I think that's why, because I see Flash as DC's version of Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is like my favorite character of all time.
Yet you're wearing a Batman shirt.
Shut the fuck up. But anyways, that's why I love so much about Ezra Miller. But Grant Gustin still, it's like I've gotten accustomed to his face.
But Tony, do you watch any of the other DC shows?
I've watched Arrow.
And
a few of the seasons, and like I said, I mean, I like those characters. I like the actors. I like, you know, some of the things that they do with them.
Larry!
What happened?
I miss you, Larry.
Oh,
Hi.
you're just screaming.
It's Larry. It's my boy Larry.
Who is Larry?
Larry.
That's my boy.
You're gonna get to know.
I'm gonna get to know Larry.
You're gonna like
awesome.
Larry's.
What up, Larry?
Larry's awesome.
Can't wait to meet you. Whoever you are.
How about the
Sorry,
DC movies? Do you like the DC movies?
I loved Wonder Woman like everybody else. I like Man of Steel. I like Batman v Superman, but I love it as a Batman film.
Thank you.
I think Batman v Superman is probably my favorite Batman movie.
Just the scene in the warehouse where he's just kicking ass.
Oh my
God.
God.
Was my favorite.
I love seeing the behind the shooting of it, with the cables and everything. It looks so fun. Looks great.
Like, how did you manage to actually make that look like Arkham Asylum?
It's like literally they just took it straight out of the page. I feel like Ben Affleck is the closest to like the animated series, closest to Kevin Conroy as we can get.
Honestly, what pissed me off about the Nolan movies, they're very good. They're high quality films. However, the decisions made for Batman make no fucking sense.
It wasn't.
At no point does anybody ever say that Gotham has this huge paparazzi problem that apparently now Bruce Wayne has to like go undercover as Bruce Wayne and like construct this whole public persona as like this playboy that has to like just bang ballerinas and everything left and right.
That's a good alter ego.
And I'm just like, what? Why? Who cares? You're a rich white dude. Why are you caring this much about what people think about you? You can go ahead and do whatever the hell you want.
So
and Batfleck does that. He does whatever the hell he wants. Nobody is caring. They just go ahead and be like, well, that's just Bruce Wayne. He's just rich and crazy, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants because he's rich.
I like this girl.
Yeah,
I vouch for her.
because it's like, okay, Batfleck makes so much sense. He's the most logical Batman ever. And
But they ruined him during Justice League.
It's not great.
The comedy that he started doing and all the jokes, it completely just ruined the character that he established during Batman vs Superman. Because Batman doesn't laugh at jokes, and usually it's funny how he doesn't catch a joke.
He smirks.
Just a little bit.
No, but you can't notice because of the. He does this.
There's a smirk underneath.
But I feel like
right here under the couch.
I feel like the fans had a little bit of something to do with that. They were not happy.
He doesn't got time for humor.
They weren't happy with the tone of.
Well, for me, that movie reads as marketing gone awry. Like they're obviously trying to appeal to a lot of different people. You're trying to appeal to longtime comic book fans, longtime movie fans, and then you're also trying to rope in kids so that way they can buy your toys and shit. And it's like, pick something, pick one thing or another, and I guarantee you're still going to be able to sell your merchandise.
And they didn't do that. They went crazy. They went crazy with it. Yeah, man. It got to a point where you really ruined in one movie. You really ruined a bunch of different characters at the same time.
No.
You know what? I just honestly, I just kind of saw it as like a speed bump. It's like, all right, this isn't terrible. This isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. It's certainly not the worst comic book movie I've ever seen that any of us have ever seen. But it's just sort of like, I really hope you guys do better the next time around. I hope Aquaman goes off a lot
How
better.
many next times are they gonna have?
Apparently forever, because that's the whole tagline for the DCEU. Next time.
I'm hearing Aquaman is going to be good, though.
I hope so.
I mean, Jason Momoa. It's got Willem Dafoe. It's got-
Gotham's good. Sorry, Brian. Yes, Gotham's good. It gets really good.
I haven't caught up on Gotham.
It gets
I
good.
will be invested. For the sake of the show, I will go back. I will binge watch everything. I will lock myself into
Good
my
luck.
room and I
Good
will
luck.
do this.
Good luck.
It's I can't.
But after
I can't,
season
yeah.
one, like season one's kind of hard to get through. Season two also, but then it kind of picks up, and then it kind of goes down the New 52 route. And like,
But all the
outrun it.
villains are already like established, and Bruce Wayne's still a kid. How does that work? I mean, how are they gonna play that out?
It's like you gotta look at it as a different kind of retelling, a different universe. It's like he is, and actually this season, it's him actually going through the transformation of becoming Batman. This recent season,
How old is he in this show?
hey, he's turning into Owlman.
That's what
fuck
he
is
thinks.
that?
He thinks he's Owlman.
Fuck is Owlman?
Are you talking about from...
Because it does involve Court of
Court of
Owls. Oh, Owlman. Oh yeah, whatever. That's you know.
I don't
What,
know.
you know
I
what?
just
I'm
haven't
I'm
sat
just gonna
down
say
and watched
Batman,
it.
even though I'm incorrect. It's Batman.
It's Batman.
You say Owlman, it's Batman.
It's Batman. I just
Thank you, Joe.
Batman. It's Batman. It's Batman.
I think that's
You know
the
it's
only
Batman.
DC show that I didn't really dive fully into because it's like totally separate. You know, it's totally separate. I did like the Joker in that show though, or
Oh.
who we think is the Joker in that show.
No, it's supposed to actually be him.
Jerome.
Yeah, it's actually it gets so fucking twisty and crazy and weird, but it's great. I don't know. I like it for some reason. I don't know.
it's
It's just certain elements of it. I
Are
like
there
it.
any? Are you guys excited for the upcoming DC movies like Flash and
Only
Wonder Woman
Flash.
2? Not even Aquaman.
I love Jason Momoa. He's a great guy, but
I'm
It's
excited
Aquaman.
because, listen, the best looking parts of the Justice League movie are
the muscles.
No, yes, but it's the Aquaman scenes, and that's why they were used like repeatedly throughout all of the trailers.
Him
and shit.
walking through like water
It
and
looks
like
good though.
But
crashing waves while drinking.
they make a bubble around themselves so they could talk to each other.
Okay, that was the sketch part where I was like, "Oh, this is what y'all do? Okay, great. All right."
No, we gotta talk to each other. We're
Where
gonna
he
make
sits
a,
on the lasso and like tells his whole life story,
Isn't
man.
he
I
supposed
feel
to have
pretty
gills?
shit.
Isn't that a thing? Like internal gills? Isn't that like how he like is underwater and not dying as a human person? Like or
I don't know.
Atlantean?
I just never really.
Somebody get on that. I need the
I just
anatomy
never
of
really
Aquaman.
looked into Aquaman. He
I
wasn't
will
my
now.
favorite character. You know. Yeah.
I could do the Joker. Yeah. So it's saying
But
Black Wind's saying that I'm the Joker, you're Poison Ivy, and you're Two-Face.
Oh.
And by the way, good night, Ryan. Good night,
Damn.
Ryan. We'll miss you. We'll see you soon.
Wait, who said that?
Blackwind.
Aquaman.
Is it? I mean, it's kind of true.
Two-Face
It's
is
kinda true.
legit, man.
Huh?
Joe just said that he's actually the Penguin.
Two-Face. I could be
Who's
Two-Face.
Joe then?
No. You're the puppet. The puppet. What was his name? Oh. Scarface. You're Scarface.
Yeah.
You're the actual puppet.
Just the puppet.
Just the
the
puppet.
puppet, not
Just
the
the
guy,
puppet. Not
just
the
the
guy.
puppet.
You're the
Okay,
puppet.
alright.
Oh no, is it the girl? No, that's
a guy.
in the animated series.
Yeah.
Yeah, girls. Never mind.
Yeah, but I am excited for Aquaman because I mean, it seems like they're gonna just have fun with it. It's just
Well, the
gonna
whole time that I'm like, please tell me more, and I'm excited about getting to figure out like what is the deal with it with Atlantis. Why are
I think
they
there were a few.
secluded?
I think there were a few
Why-
scenes for Aquaman that they had cut out because
Obviously.
I remember seeing a backstage photos of Mira fighting people at a bar, and I think it didn't make it to
Well,
the
it was
movie.
so obvious that of all the scenes that were cut, it was obviously.
It's like, how do you bring
his,
in Amber Heard and then not have her not really do
because
anything?
you're trying to get it under 2.5 hours as opposed
Which
to
was
just
stupid.
making a good movie.
It's like, which is
and just letting
stupid.
it run as long as it needs to.
I think it's because people complained about the length of BVS.
Well, it's movie theater distributors that
Yeah.
are like, it sucks that we can only play.
But if it
X
affects
amount
the
of
full
showings throughout
movie,
the day.
yeah.
But if you go ahead and only have X amount of showings and the movie is good, people are going to come back even
Mm-hmm,
more as opposed to just showing up for the first weekend and then not showing up for the second and third weekends because then they're like telling all their friends like, yeah, it was all right, it was okay.
Yeah.
You could wait.
Honestly,
until
I
you see
thought
it on
even
a
though I thought it was
airplane.
an all right movie, I did watch it 3 times.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It was,
I watched it once.
yeah. Well, I have Movie Pass, so I mean,
So,
I'm getting mine, so I'll probably go ahead and watch it a second
Movie
time.
Pass.
But
Good
yeah.
Movie
investment.
Pass. They
Good
can't.
investment.
We're not even sponsored by them, but yeah. If,
Yeah.
Let me dial you guys back to Flash real quick because I got a
Yeah.
question that I want the chat to like like, just I want these theories. Throw these out at me because I love when I do these. But Jezzer, since you actually watched, don't worry, you can listen. Or you can even say.
Go for it.
So tell me, how should have this case gone? What should have they have done instead of him sitting on his ass, doing nothing during the whole court thing? What should have happened? I want you guys to tell me what should have happened during the whole trial. Here's an example. I think that what they could have done is, instead of, you know, saying, hey, I'm the Flash, or saying, hey, Barry, my fiance, my husband is the Flash, she could have been like, he works for the Flash. And then gotten Wally to show up and be like, I'm the Flash. This is my real identity. And he's been working for me. He's not doing shit with his life. He can actually be in the spotlight as Wally West Flash.
That's all I've heard.
He's
in Legends of Tomorrow.
He went, he's gonna be on Legends?
He's supposed to be in Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, but he went off to some different town because he felt he was, like, in real life.
He's not useful. He's not useful. But he could have been utilized for this and be like, I'm the Flash. He works for me, and there's a conspiracy. Listen to me. Yeah. Your city loves me. Listen to me. They could have done that during the trial, and he would not have to go to jail.
Listen, what Joe and I keep forgetting.
Tell me what you guys think.
Yeah, what Joe in long. What's his name? What's the stretchy guy's name? Can't even remember.
Elongated man.
Elongated man.
Let's go.
If that whole thing that they were trying to do played out, that would have been an easy way out. But she was on her feet. Like, she knew exactly what to say, what to do for them to just, like, disregard those photos that she had of him, her kissing that one dude, Dominic. So honestly, I don't know. I don't know how I don't know how they could have avoided Barry going to jail. I mean, he could have just ran. They couldn't catch him, so he just kept going. Yeah. But, you know, I think he knows, because he's got that positive mentality right now. He knows that eventually it's going to work itself out. I know he doesn't.
Is he really? No, he's thinking that it's hopeless because DeVoe's been ahead of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. He's known every single outcome of what was going to happen. It seemed like he was just laying down and just dying, letting it happen.
What do you think his
He was being
plan?
too righteous to a fault.
What do you think his plan is? What is DeVoe doing?
He doesn't have... Oh, DeVoe's plan?
Yeah, what is DeVoe doing? What do you guys think DeVoe's doing? I have no idea. Which is good. I like that. You literally have no idea of what's going to happen. Because with the speedsters, you kind of knew, oh, this is this. He just wants his speed force. He just wants his speed. He just wants to be the fastest. That's it.
No, he wants him out of the picture. So.
Yeah. But why? Because he orchestrated everything. He's pretty much the one that got Barry out of the Speed Force. He orchestrated it that way so that bus full of people could, that 12 people could become metahumans. So what is his plan?
That kill everybody and reset humanity to a smarter race?
You think so?
He created a nuke man that is meant to blow up. What else can you use him for?
I would, that scene... What did he say? Earth 15 or something? He's like, oh, yeah. It's a dead planet. What if it wasn't a dead planet?
I know, right?
And then he's just screwing over people. People are just like having a good, sweet time, and then there's just like a nuclear blast that happens. Like, what the fuck?
It's like we just got farted on by the universe. We're gonna die.
That was your fault, man. You did it.
Yeah. Well, I told you, right, that there's like this theory that that's been going around, but there's Holsis theory, but people want it to be true, and that's that this whole entire Flash season is actually Barry still trapped in the Speed Force. No. And that the Speed Force is creating this prison and making him experience all of this as kind of like a purgatory.
This whole season, though?
This whole entire season.
This
yes,
whole
like a
season?
penance. Because the Speed Force kind of punishes all speedsters that mess with the timeline. And that's what he did.
It was all a dream. It was a damn snow globe. What was that shit? St. Elsewhere or that damn... Anyways, you guys are too young to know about that shit. But yeah.
Too young? Wait, time out. Wait, hold on.
No, what was that TV show where it was all the hallucination of some coma patient because it was like a show set in the hospital. What was that?
Josh, you're a resident old movie guy.
What?
What was that? St. Elsewhere?
It was a movie or a TV show?
I missed the part of the conversation.
that TV show that was set in a hospital. It's where like Denzel Washington got his big break.
It wasn't St. Elsewhere.
But you know what I'm talking about, where like at the end it's like it was all a dream.
No,
and
that
it's
was
like,
St. Elsewhere.
yeah, so yeah, the whole ending of a whole they went on for seasons, and it was all like it was a hallucination of some coma patient. You're telling me that's what's going on in the Flash?
So how many episodes has there been? So all those episodes are nothing. It's just we're still
Whole entire thing is him trapped in the Speed Force. That's what they're saying. Why the reason why it's so weird and erratic and all over the place. That it's just the Speed Force is basically
But what
a
about
purgatory
everybody
for
else?
him.
What about everybody else?
And they're saying so since the Speed Force is this like weird thing that we don't really understand, they're saying that he's experiencing different timelines, different scenarios that things could have gone, and that's where Crisis Infinite or a Crisis on Earth X happened, was an actual timeline where like basically that's the whole DeVoe thing was happening, but and it actually does happen, but everything that's happening on the show, our side of it, our channel, our time slot, that's all actual Speed
That's
Force stream,
a lot.
which it's
a
that's
lot.
what a lot of people are going with.
Yeah,
because like I said, it has been very erratic, and just how easy it was for him to get out of the Speed Force, how convenient it was.
DeVoe did it.
How,
DeVoe did it. It wasn't.
we're
Cisco,
giving
DeVoe.
DeVoe way too much power and like credit for everything. Way too much.
Well, isn't that the sort of earmark of this show where they're like,
But the
hey,
thing is,
this
where
villain is like orchestrating everything, and
but that's
why
the thing
a
though.
whole
It's
arc.
but like that's the thing. They did this with Savitar. They built him up so big to be this flawless like God.
My God,
But then
I
we know
hated
that he does have a flaw. So now this is where DeVoe is going, where they're building him up to this flawless, all-knowing being. But where's his flaw?
Yeah.
Where is his flaw? There's an
I'll-
actual
I'll-
flaw to this.
I'll be
thing.
open-minded to it, but it is a big middle finger to the viewers. It's
Oh,
definitely-
but they've
that's
done
that's
that
like,
to us.
That's like saying that's like the theory of with Walking Dead that Rick never woke up in the hospital and everything that's going on is just
No.
him in his coma. You know, I don't want to believe it, but if it does happen, I will say, oh, Ernie called it. He said that's what was going to
I'm
happen.
not saying
I don't think
I'm not
they're
saying
that
that's
bold.
I'm not saying that's my theory,
They're not that
but that
bold.
is the one that's floating around a lot on the Reddits and people are talking
I
about.
was saying that he
That's
is
interesting.
He is still in DeVoe's house and he's still like
Right.
in a coma. That you just something because this all feels like literally it feels like he has nowhere to go. He's done. There's nothing that can save him that can prove his innocence. Like he's stuck there.
I would be down with this theory if it was only lasting for the course of an episode or two, because
He's gonna
I don't think
get
they
out.
would carry it out over how many episodes is it now that
They said it's
out?
been 10 episodes right now.
They wouldn't carry it out that long if it only just turns out to be some
Yeah.
hallucination or some purgatory
Yeah,
dream fever.
that's
Like
a
fever
little
dream.
bit a little bit more of a like supernatural. You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's possible.
It is-
It's
it is-
something that can be written, and you know what?
especially
will
with
throw
the
it out.
Flash. With the Flash, everything like that is possible.
I'm going with the whole idea that yes, DeVoe has planned this all out. The whole thing's going his way, and it's meant to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, this whole problem has already been solved by Barry, because Barry has already been through it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he was stuck in the Speed Force, he already looped through time
yep.
several times and experienced everything a bunch of times where his mind was just overloaded with memories, and that's why when he got out of the Speed Force, he had to solve it. He had to let him know this is what's going to happen. Wrote all these clues and then just expunged all those memories.
How long do you think he's going to be in prison?
2, 3 episodes.
2-3 episodes.
2 episodes.
Yeah, I mean they did.
Well, look how
only-
long Flashpoint was.
Yeah, 1 episode. That was terrible. That was terrible. They could have done a whole season of just Flashpoint,
They could have.
but that was
Well,
just
I
terrible.
mean, to their,
Well, they're gonna do a
one of the
movie.
things that I do like about Flash is that CW dramas in general have this whole reputation for just carrying out these really ridiculous, redundant storylines for like 5, 6, 7 episodes, and it's like, can we not do this? And Flash has sort of like, we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and smash everything into like 1 or 2 episodes.
But
for
they can
better
make
or
it a
for
little
worse.
bit longer. Just
They
yeah.
could, but unfortunately, that's just a trend that they're going with, because they're just like, yeah, we're not going to go ahead and just do what our other peers are doing,
Yeah.
because it's like, it's always the secret that you can't tell people. And it's
I also feel like with the shows, they're all becoming a little bit more. The storylines are becoming a little bit more isolated, like just for that show, and then they'll come together for I think they have 2 crossovers a year or something. But I feel like each one is different now. It's like they're all separate. Like Legends is different. Like Legends, it's its whole separate show. Supergirl is its whole separate show. Flash is, and then Arrow, which I feel like is on the tail end of its series. Like there's nowhere to go with Arrow
Do you think
anymore.
that's because they're being safe and not having to go ahead and coordinate with other shows, or do you think that's because they now feel like they can have faith in their
the thing is,
shows as individual shows?
Well, Arrow's always been that one show where it doesn't have metahumans. Like it's rare and random when an actual metahuman shows
Oh, now
up.
they do. They have
Now they do because it's been pushed into it. But in the beginning, there was no metahumans. It was a very straight, realistic show.
Arrow got to the point where they're trying to fix all the mistakes that they did. Like with Black Canary, where they had her just have like a voice box. Now they actually have a Black Siren who's actually a metahuman.
Yeah.
Which they probably should have done in the beginning, but they didn't want to. They don't want to touch on metahumans yet.
Yeah, they don't know where it was going. But I mean, there's that. It's supposed to be resetting, and it's going to go back to the original team with Arsenal, Felicity, Oliver.
So what, are they going to
Arrow.
kill off everybody?
No, I think they're just all going to leave because one of them already got a divorce and hates his life and it got all ruined.
Yeah.
The other guy backstabbed Oliver.
Yeah,
so
that was.
He's kicked out of the team.
I don't even like
Who
his
else?
character. He's not even an interesting character. He's kind of boring.
He runs around with a hockey mask and guns.
Yeah,
we already have Diggle that does that.
Yeah.
So why do we need a second guy?
I feel like we're gonna lose Diggle this year, though.
No, Diggle's supposed to be part of the original team, so he's supposed to stay.
No, I mean lose him like they're gonna kill off his character.
No, they're not gonna kill
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
They're not gonna kill Diggle.
So you're saying they're gonna bring back Arsenal for good, or just here and there?
No, I think they're supposed to bring him back for good.
Yeah, that was a stronger team. This team is kind of just a bunch of misfits. They're just like they don't even know what they're doing.
And then they got Speedy. She's out of a coma now, so
Yeah.
she's there.
Yeah, it's what do you guys think about like this? What's going on with the DC? Let's see what's going on in the chat. Are you talking about Casey Jones? He is a hockey stick. They actually did make a reference to Casey Jones. They did. So Stephen Amell and Wild Dog's character was on the elevator, and he was all saying how like, oh, hockey mask and you're vigilante, that's pretty cool. And he's kind of referencing him as Casey Jones in that the last Ninja Turtles.
He was Casey Jones. Holy shit! I
He had
forgot
a
about
hockey
that.
mask, and he was a vigilante.
He was.
Which,
Shit.
like, he wasn't really
it's like,
Casey Jones.
It's like when Supernatural references the movies that they were in, like My Bloody Valentine. Like they make fun of the movies they were in.
Yeah.
They do that shit. Huh?
Negan.
Negan?
Yeah.
Negan. Oh yeah, Negan.
Dad always loved
That
this
was-
bat. Like,
Dad
yeah,
always
he
loved
does.
this bat.
Yes,
Yeah, I
he
forgot about
does.
that.
Bring him back.
Whose idea was to put
Yes.
Wild Dog and
really
Arrow
I love
Blackwing?
him. I love John Winchester.
Yeah, it's. I do like. I don't know if you've been watching Arrow, but they have like a syndicate of villains now. Arrow has. They have.
Oh yeah, they created a group with a hacker.
What's the name of that actor from Lost, Joe? The
the guy who plays Ben.
Ben. Oh no, never mind.
Michael Emerson.
Maybe.
What?
What?
I'm talking about the guy that was Spanish in old school.
It's- it's-
Emerson.
Yeah, he's like the leader.
I hit it on IMDb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like the
Ben
leader.
from. He's a leader of the others,
Yeah,
and now
he's-
he's a leader of these
this team, and they're
the other
gonna. They're.
guys.
Michael Emerson.
Yeah. Okay.
He's throwing names at me.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know.
just trying to-
You're gonna have to go on IMDb because I don't pay attention to names.
Michael Emerson.
Michael Emerson. Okay.
Let's see who's in the
that's
chat.
Ben's name.
So yeah.
Right, well, so you guys, I approve. I approve. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
approve?
yeah, yeah. Great knowledge. You guys are gonna do way better than me, possibly Daniel. They're saying 100% better than Daniel. I was like, I have faith in you guys. You have great knowledge. You guys read the comics, and that's great because that's what we want to know. We're gonna have a lot of stuff coming up. We got the Justice League, more Justice League,
More
stuff.
Justice League.
We got Black Lightning. All these DC wants to ramp up, and they're gonna have more stuff coming up. And honestly, it's just
mean,
Batman for me.
They got no. I mean, you don't like the animated movies? The animated movies are so good.
Oh my God, the
They're
Batman Ninja!
so
Oh,
good.
Batman Ninja! Like,
Oh wait, is that coming out soon?
I think it already came out in Japan.
I need to find it.
I think I can find the
When
the
do
sub
we
of
get it?
Yeah,
though,
we
so that
need
way
to
I
get
don't
it.
have to
Probably-
go to
you could
freaking
probably-
parts on
Have
the
you seen
internet.
all the animated films?
I've
Like all
seen
the
most.
Batman ones, like
seen
Under the Red
most.
Hood, and then
Yes, Red Hood is
they
so
had
good.
what's the one with the Suicide Squad? That was great.
I haven't seen the one with Suicide Squad. No.
It's called Arkham, Assault on Arkham or something. It's so good.
So they're going to be talking about everything
Yeah,
DC.
it's
So also McDahlia is going to be on the show, so you'll be able to catch her with her great DC knowledge since she loves DC also. So
DC.
if you guys want to talk about something or you want them to cover something just specifically like a run, a comic, an animated movie, you know, leave it in the comments below on YouTube. They'll get around to it. You guys are going to read the comments. They're gonna read the comments.
We're gonna read your comments.
And if
Now.
something pops up that they're like, hey, we need to talk about the Judas contract.
Yeah, if there's
Go
something,
talk about
that
Judas.
you guys really want to talk about,
That's exciting. Go movie. Like, yes,
Yeah.
you gotta talk. About
but as soon as the stream ends, comment there. So because then it'll save it. Because once the stream ends, we can't see any of the
Yeah.
yeah, just when it's over. Yes,
Yeah.
new comments. Yes, these aren't comments. These are chats. Comments, chats, comment, chats.
And then comment that
And
you
don't
want-
forget to hit the like button.
Yes,
and subscribe. To this wonderful channel.
subscribe.
What's the sound that the like button makes again?
That's the sound.
According to
Okay,
him.
all right, cool,
It's
all
a
right.
According to him.
it's a sound that I make when I hit. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
So, Jezza, where can we find you on social media in case they want to contact you offline?
Okay. All my social media is the same thing. It's Jezer Zeus. So my name and then Zeus.
And what other shows are we gonna see you on?
I'm gonna be on After Dark on Saturday. So yeah, After Dark, and I have on that hashtag show, and then on Mondays I have a gaming, with Joe, with this guy Joe, and then on Mondays I have
Let him be.
Yeah,
He's gonna
on-
get it down.
on Mondays I have a gaming stream on Achievement Unlock on Twitch. So you guys, a few of you joined the Twitch stream. I played a pretty fun game last Monday, so we'll see what game I come up with next. How about you, Tony? Where can we find you?
I am on all the social medias at the Tony Sanchez. Tony with an I, Sanchez with a Z.
Type it into the chat.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna type it into the
There
chat.
you go. They really want to know about Tony.
Come on, look at her. She's pretty. You think you're gonna get a lot of
Yeah,
stalkers
pretty.
after this?
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa,
whoa, whoa.
You're gonna get a
You're
lot of
calling me
stalkers.
stalkers.
Trust
Yeah.
me.
I already have Joe. No, I'm also going to be on Marvel Infinity Watch.
Ooh,
on
yeah.
Pop Culture Renegades. I think we're moving to Mondays.
Monday.
Yeah, so check that out on Monday.
Yeah, so she's a Marvel and a DC person.
Damn, you guys.
You have to, man. Otherwise, you're
She
just
knows her
missing
shit.
out,
She
man.
knows her shit. It's like,
I'm
you got a
trying
question.
to.
You got a question. Just ask her. That's what I'm going to do from now on. Because I don't trust Jezzer. I don't trust Daniel.
Ooh.
And then Joe embellishes stuff, so I can't even know if it's true or not.
So Ernie, if you're not gonna be on the show, where can we find you?
Well, I am the one and the only Journey. So, of course, you can find me on all social media as The Journey, _Journey. You're going to see me on, I'm probably going to be jumping on Twitch now. Take over the
Yeah,
Friday slot.
Achievement Unlocked.
There's that empty Friday slot that I haven't touched. So I'll probably jump on that. And I'm also bringing back anime. Yes. I'm bringing back anime with Daryl, most likely Kelly, and maybe some other new cast members. We're going to be bringing some new, cool, fun stuff like live countdowns.
Yeah.
We're going to have awesome reviews.
Oh, we're gonna be somewhere next weekend.
Are we? Where are we going?
We're gonna be
I know.
ALA?
I know. I'm going to like be doing weird stuff in
Weird
Ontario.
stuff in Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys are in the Ontario
So if you're in the
area,
Ontario area, not
could do
Ontario,
weird-
Canada, but Ontario, California,
you could do some weird stuff with Ernie over here.
We're gonna be at Anime Los Angeles.
Yeah.
ALA in Ontario, California. Not Canada, because if it's Canada, I'm staying.
Go to
there,
Canada.
and if I go to Canada, I'm quitting, and I'm just
I want to
moving
know how many
there.
people are like, well, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'm in Canada.
Canada's number
Canada
one.
now.
The new Super Troopers trailer is like Super Troopers 2 is in Canada.
It is?
Well, their segment gets like, I guess they take over a part from Canada.
Okay.
So now it's them conflicting with Canadian.
You're gonna
police,
hate me,
and
but
it's
I haven't seen the
With
first
Mountain
one.
Police.
Oh yeah, did you see the trailer?
No, I haven't.
I haven't seen the first one yet. I'm sorry.
End this stream already.
I'm sorry.
Shit.
All right, you guys,
God.
thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Pop Culture Renegades, and also join that THS hashtaggers and tell us what you think about Black Lightning. So yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
watching. Thanks Ernie for
Yeah,
passing
thanks, Ernie.
passing the torch.
Thanks for this
We're
show.
gonna miss you. I mean, can we have you back a few times? You know,
Oh,
for some
yeah.
special episodes.
Of course.
crossover?
If you need me to come over here and talk shit about Barry and Iris, I'm down. I mean, I'll
never
come here,
mind,
sit
never
down.
mind.
I'll even wear the little thing that Daniel wants me to, the little like pastor thing, and start the Church of Ernie, and then just talk shit. I would
religion
probably. It's my religion, Church of
Okay.
Ernie. You'll hear about it every once in a while. Like it's, or I'll jump on the chat and I will talk shit.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. Remember, we got tons of things for you to keep watching here on Pop Culture Renegades. So be sure to subscribe and like and hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. All right, Renegades out.
That's not what it sounds like.